Hey everybody, welcome back to the final video of the Daddy-Daughter Boot Camp, the graduation. For the last 8 weeks, you have seen several videos with my daughter Alexis and me where we took her from, you know where she started, to this. Now the reason for the boot camp is simple. She asked me. On my end, that's all it was. She said, "Daddy, I need help." So I helped. For most of you that have watched my other videos, you know I'm somewhat abrasive. I am a hard ass. That's in this life with my kids too. I'm a hard ass with them also. So if she asked me for help, of course I'm going to give it. Now the reason why she needed help, I'm going to let her explain in her own words, and I'm going to sit over here and shut my mouth.
Basically, I went to the doctor and they told me that I had 47% function in my heart. I strongly believe that that was due to stress. I was in a really bad relationship, and when you are in a situation like that, you don't notice how bad it's getting until it's gotten really, really bad. My breaking point was when I had an anxiety attack that I thought I was dying on Christmas Eve. Come Christmas, I had another one, and I decided I couldn't do this anymore. I didn't know what was going on. I went to a cardiologist. They put me on a heart monitor. I was supposed to wear that for a long time, guys, a long time. But I actually am off the heart monitor. I have been off of it for weeks now. I feel a lot better. My anxiety's not near as bad. I haven't actually had like a anxiety attack. That's what I call it. In a while, which is really good. I've also removed a lot of the toxicness out of my life, so it's helped a lot with that. But we had been planning to do a boot camp just because my heart was, I knew that it wasn't really good because when I had just had my son, I ended up in the ER a lot, and that's when I found out that I had 47% function, and he's almost 4 now. So I've been living with that and just dealing with it, accepting it basically until my anxiety started acting up. So now it's better. Public speaking, though, is not as easy as I thought.
No, it's not. Especially when you're talking to a camera and it has to be edited for later. But
True.
That's okay. Alright guys, for my side of this, I am used to, those of you that know me, you know I'm a Marine. Hardcore devil dog. You can tell it from the way I act to the way I move and talk. It's what I am, whatever. So, for boot camp, my plan was to treat it like every other boot camp that I've ever done for anybody. Now, I have only ever trained men or boys that were going to become men. Humans of the male sex, I guess you would call it. And to train a guy, the system is very simple. You break them down, you rebuild them stronger. It's just like the muscle in your body. You break them down, you rebuild them stronger. And you do that over and over and over. By the end of boot camp, you've created strong-minded monsters. And it's great. And I don't mean monsters in the traditional sense they're going to go out and be violent or anything. But you break them down, you rebuild them stronger. We have the technology. For girls, so not the case. Oh my God, so not the case. 3 days of my standard regimen. I almost broke my daughter. She lost her shit. She was crying real bad. And so I had to modify my training method. If the method isn't working, then it's not training, it's torture. And there is a very fine line between training and torture sometimes. Because I had to push her physically really hard, but I couldn't push her mentally. She's been dealing with some pretty rough shit for a minute now. Me pushing her mentally was, I think, in her mind, no different than what she had been dealing with. So I switched from a destroy, rebuild system to a reward-based system. And basically, I set up rewards for reaching certain achievements, mile markers, if you will, during the training. So I started saying at the end of this number week, this number week, this number week, you'll get a reward. And spent way too much money on my daughter, but that's okay. So we started with, what was the first reward for 2 weeks in?
An hour-long foot massage.
Right. And obviously, for you freaks out there, you damn perverts, I did not give her a massage.
No, we went to this massage thing in the mall, and it was awesome. It was weird, but it was awesome. And like at the time, I felt so bad because my feet were like so ugly from all the blisters and stuff from constantly walking and stuff. But hey, it was pretty fun though.
Yeah. So the Relaxation station in Memphis, if you ever go, they're really good at what they do. And you can get an hour-long reflexology, which is basically just a fancy term for a foot massage. Hour-long for like $60 or something. It's not real bad. And we both got one. It was pretty fun.
And it was a good memory too.
There you go. Good memory also. Following that, the next reward was a brand new Fitbit that she wears on her ankle because she doesn't like it on her wrist. And also, we were doing a lot of steps. If you remember, at Walmart, she was pushing the stroller, so it wasn't counting most of her steps. Surprisingly enough, the Fitbit actually does track your heart rate and everything, even if it's on your ankle. That surprised me.
It's actually slightly more accurate as far as step count. So, it was pretty cool.
I can check what time mine is without taking my sock down.
I can too when I'm not wearing the long, weird socks that men wear.
But you have to be all like...
I can do it a little bit more gracefully, guys. It's not that awkward. You just sit down, cross your legs all pretty like, and just lift a little bit of your pants up and just drop it back down. It's easy peasy. Very discreet.
There you go. Very discreet. Okay. So, that was the second reward in the system. The third reward in the system, and every reward got bigger and bigger as far as cost and time invested. So the third reward was the new phone, right? I got her a new Galaxy.
Yep.
So that's a thing. And then she got this crazy military grade case. I ordered it on Amazon. She reimbursed me. I didn't buy the case. I bought the phone. It's important to note that. Anyways, her phone was crappy. It wouldn't load apps and stuff, and it just... I mean, I've been paying her phone bill forever. I think forever. Have you ever paid your own phone bill?
When I was like a preteen, yeah. When I wanted one before I actually needed one. But once I needed one, Dad, he pays the bill.
Okay.
Anyways. I just had to buy most of the phones.
Right. Except for this one.
Yeah.
This was a reward. It's a nice phone. It's like $1,100 phone.
And it's protected by my military grade case, which is awesome because I got almost 3 and an almost 4-year-old that, well, they like my phone. And they're as accident prone as their mother.
Yeah, she has dropped it.
A lot.
The other day, I wish I would have caught it on camera. The other day, she was playing on her phone. I threw her an empty box. Just an empty box of I think I had loaded up some frozen pizza bites in the freezer, so it was like the case that they come in, just a light empty box. I throw her the box. She throws the phone into the wall on the floor to catch the empty box. Just, it's so fast, just so.
He said catch. I was catching, and it just, I didn't have the band on for my wrist, and it just slid out of my hand, so.
She chunked it, don't let her lie to you.
It did go a good 4 or 5 foot pretty easy.
Shit, she smashed it in. But military grade case, whatever, it works. So the next reward got, well, like we just said, $1,100 phone. Obviously, every reward has to get bigger. So that was a pre-owned vehicle, a 2015 Toyota Prius. Oh, you're silent when we talk about your car. I see how that is. I don't spoil my daughter. I don't spoil any of my children. I mean, like, not really. Don't laugh at me, Max. I don't spoil y'all that much. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. They can't hear you doing your head, so I look like an idiot saying, no, I don't. You're not that spoiled.
I get to sit on my butt all day and stay on my computer. I'd say I'm pretty spoiled.
Wow. Okay, moving on. Okay, and now the final reward was supposed to take place tomorrow after graduation today. And that was going to be a weekend, all expenses paid, to Mid-South Con in Memphis. However, that convention, due to the outbreak and everything, has been canceled, just like so many other things. So that reward has to wait until next year. But I normally take my kids to Mid-South Con every year, and I set up table and I sell there in the dealer room, and then any profit we make for the weekend, my kids get to split and buy stuff and do what they want. It's like a vacation for them. It's a working vacation for me. I like con just because it's fun. I get to meet a lot of people. So, Alexis, we're going to come to you and ask you a few questions now. I've had people asking me how certain things affected you and how you dealt with it. Now, I can tell them from my perspective, but since a lot of the viewers that are watching the fasting videos are watching you and need a woman's perspective, we're going to go ahead and ask you a few questions now.
Okay.
So, one of the big things I'm always asked is, with children, how are you able to be around food and still fast?
Other than pizza bites, it was pretty easy. And grape tomatoes, you know, the little ones, I love those. I almost broke my fast for one single tomato one time. I didn't, guys, but I almost did. With having babies, you have to basically be like super determined that you're going to stay on it, first off. Second, you have to meal prep because that is the easiest way to do it. I would always do it at night before we went walking so that I wouldn't have to worry about like constantly like making their food right as they need it, you know. So they would always have their little meals, and they would have, I think it was 3 different meals while we were walking. They would have breakfast before we left, and they would have first snack, lunch, and second snack, and then we would come home and I would make them dinner.
Or I would.
Yeah.
So why don't you, in your words, tell people about your water fasting experience? Because she only ever wanted to do a single extended water fast after speaking with me about my fasting for so long. You guys know that I do fasting on a regular. I'm fasting right now, doing a 7-day challenge with probably a lot of you. And anybody else that wants to join us can join right here on YouTube. But for Alexis, she wanted to do just one as long as she could go during boot camp.
Well, it started out that I was just trying to make it past the first 3 days because I was told that it was only going to be a 100-hour fast. I was not told correctly. That was just to get me past the 3 days of torture, you know. So, but once I got past that, I actually did want to keep going. So it did work. I was extremely determined that I wanted to see how far I could go with this. I realized something, and I realized that this could change my life. So I wanted to give it the best go and best chance that it possibly would have for doing so. So, once I got past the first 3 days, I was like, okay, I can do this. And I was like, all right, let's make it to a week. We made it to a week. I was like, all right, let's try to make it for 2. And I just kept doing that. I would take it one single day at a time though, and every time that I made it to that night, I would do my little happy dance or, get all excited because hey, I completed another day. I did it. I was able to do it, right? That's cool. Once I got to day 28, that was supposed to be our cut off, not doing it no more. But I felt okay, and I wanted to keep going. So I kept going. Dad decided that he was going to cut out at what day was that?
30.
Okay, yeah, 30 then. I thought it was 28. I couldn't remember though, guys.
28, 30. I don't remember.
28 was when we were supposed to break it, but we didn't. I wanted to keep going. I kept going thanks to Dad monitoring me and making sure that everything was good because he's the only one that had experience with this. I had no experience with this at all.
Now, an extended fast, you do need somebody with experience to at least mentor you. Even if you have no one in your life, you can hit me up on private message. I will answer you. If you get my number off my Facebook page and text me, I will text you back. In fact, I'll creep you out because I'll text you and check on you a week after you've texted me and you're just like, who is this guy? I'm like, oh, it's Roger, the Woodworking Gamer from YouTube. Oh, what's up? Anyway, I don't call though, I just text.
And if you're a lady out there and you're a little self-conscious about texting Dad or messaging on there, go ahead and tag me in the comments or anything like that. Hit up my new YouTube channel thing, and that would, I know my username is Miss Lexi. I don't know how to attach the link, but Dad will do that, won't you, Dad?
I'll put it in the description.
Awesome. So if you need me, go ahead and do that, and I will try to answer any questions that I can, and if nothing else, offer some emotional support or something like that.
Yeah, she's cool to talk to, and she's currently in the middle of a 30-day sit-up challenge that I kind of challenged her to, where if y'all remember during strength training when she couldn't even do one sit-up hardly, I wanted to make sure she has stronger abs. Now why? Now let's talk about this. Right now I've got her on a 10 plus 10 sit-up challenge. Started day 1 at 10 sit-ups, and then every day after that is plus 10. So day number 2, 10 plus 10 is 20. Day number 3, 20 plus 10 is 30, so on and so forth. At the end of 30 days, she'll be doing 300 sit-ups in a single go. Now that doesn't mean single set. She just has to be down until she's done, so she can't get up once she starts. Now, why was it that you were so afraid to do sit-ups when we first started?
Well, I had 2 babies back to back, and both were actually a little bit of a challenge. Jake was a really big baby. He was 10 pounds, I'm not going to lie to you. That alone, and then having another one after that put me at high risk. The doctor said that I wasn't even supposed to be doing like a lot of ab workouts at all, and nothing that was supposed to be like, intense. And with my daughter, I actually had a cesarean. So I was terrified to work out my abs, pretty much at all. I would do a little bit of leg lifts, but that was pretty much it. And a little bit of squats. I did squats, but I was scared to do most of what we've done. So my stomach was super weak, and you can definitely tell it if you watch that video, I swear. Even I was laughing at it a little bit, but these are some real concerns for moms. I mean, doctors can tell you almost anything and you'll believe it. You don't always have to, because they told me that I would never be able to actually use my abs to do what I'm doing, and I'm doing it. I'm doing it right here, right now. Not right now, but you get what I'm saying. So it's possible, and it's awesome.
Yeah, apparently they cut her weird when they did the C-section, and then after that, it freaked her out and it took her muscles time to heal. And the fear can stop you from acting. But you should never let fear control your lives.
Yeah. My daughter turned mid-C-section, and so I got cut in a very, very weird way. It scared the doctors. But everybody came out okay, and we're doing a lot better now, and obviously we're able to do stuff. So, yes.
Alright. For those of you that are watching this video expecting some kind of transformation reveal at the end, there isn't going to be one. She's already finished her fasting weeks ago. She's finishing boot camp today. She's been keeping with her strength training, She is making her own meals now. I'm going to be posting a video of some of the meals that I've got her making soon. I might do it later tonight, I don't know. And it's basic, quick, healthy meals you can do in 10 minutes. When you get home from work, sometimes you feel like you can't make healthy food. That's not accurate. You just have to know what you can make quickly. Is it recording? Are you sure? Okay. Alright, so she's kept up with healthy eating. She's still tracking her caloric intake using the Fitbit app. And she's still actually losing weight slowly. She doesn't have a whole lot more that she wants to lose. Was it like 10 or 15 more pounds?
It was 15 last time we weighed in.
Okay, so it's probably down to 10 or 12 pounds now that she's got left to lose. And she could do it over the course of the season, it's fine. She doesn't have to do it super quick because she likes her body again. When she was young, she liked her body. And then, you know, one bad person ruined it for her. So if you've got one of those bad people in your lives, you got nobody to turn to, you hit up old Raj, we'll talk it out.
Or you can hit up me and I'll tell you from personal experience.
Yes, you can hit her up too.
Might be a little easier.
Yeah, I'm tough to talk to for some people.
Well, not only that, but it's almost always easier to talk to somebody that you know has been through the exact same thing or something very similar to what you're going through.
I'm going to take your word for it. Anyways, guys, that's it. This is the end of boot camp for us. Now, we're both going to continue training, obviously. This is day 2 for a 7-day water fast challenge. For me, is day 12.
12. I will be doing 120 sit-ups and probably on camera. But not all of the things are going to be on camera. I want to make that clear.
And as long as day 30 is, they got your starting day, you should be alright. Or maybe do like day 10, 20, 30. But since you did 11
I did 11.
yesterday. So 11, 21, 30, I don't know. But that's it for now, guys. You can check the links in the description for if you want to get the same Fitbit as us. That's cool. If you know you're going to be shopping on Amazon, hey, click one of those links and then get to Amazon from my link before you do your shopping, and I actually get to earn a referral. That'll be pretty cool of you. So, yeah.
I think it actually gives you discounts sometimes too when you do that, but I'm not completely sure on that.
Is whatever. Appreciate the views, guys. If y'all have any questions, please hit us up in the description. Do your comments and stuff down there. Have a good day.
Bye.